Hi everyone, welcome back to Brain Dump. My name is Kai, and this is a show where I talk about pretty much whatever the fuck I want to talk about. So, of course, as always, before we begin, I'd like to preface that I'm not a mental health professional. I'm just a 22-year-old that struggled with mental health pretty much my whole life, and I'm just here to share my personal experiences with these topics. So, yeah, I'm 22 now. I was thinking about making an episode like 3 weeks ago, and then I got in my head about it, and I was like, wow, I'm never going to make another episode again. I'm so unmotivated. And now we're here. So we're good, guys. We're fine. My 22nd birthday, best day. My birthday was so much fun. I'll get into it when I get into this. So I'm doing my audit of the year, and lots of exciting things to go over. Yeah, I'm excited. Let's do it. This is honestly probably one of my favorite things to do at the end of the year. Like, there's different rituals that we have each year, and this is my third year doing it. I only did last year's on the podcast, but the first one I did in my journal. But yeah, let's just get into it. So if you don't know what like an audit is of the year, Mel Robbins created I'm sure she didn't create the concept of, auditing your year, but she had like a list of these questions. So the first question is, what are the highlights from the past year of your life? And she says to go through your camera roll because we all have terrible memory, of course. And so I did that, and this is what I've compiled from each month out of the year. So January, it snowed. I love the snow. I don't think I could live somewhere where it's like constantly snowing, like for the entire winter season. I kind of like that about Georgia, that it goes away after like a day or two. I think the last like big snowmageddon that we had was in like 2017, and then before that was 2014. So like it just doesn't happen a whole lot where like you're trapped inside for days, and like those were the only times that at least I can remember being in Georgia and being snowed in, if you will. But I remember growing up, it was always like the biggest joke because my school district would shut down the schools for like the stupidest reasons. Like it would have like a maybe 10-20% chance of snow, and they would cancel school for like the rest of the week. It was just, I don't know, it was just super weird, because now I feel like they don't do that. And also, if they did, they all have the virtual learning option now, so that kind of sucks. But no snow days for you. And I remember on this snow day in January, I think it was like the beginning of January, I went to work. I was opening, and we had a truck that day, which was kind of crazy. And so it was me and like 5 other people, and it started snowing really hard. I think that I got there at 6, and it started snowing really hard, and I was like, guys, I'm not gonna be able to get home. Like, and I brought my mom's car because she has like snow mode in her car, because my Beetle was not gonna make it in the snow. And so I think I left like 27 minutes into my shift because I was like, I'm not gonna be able to make it home. Like it's just, it kept on like snowing harder, and I was like, I can't even see outside the window. Like I want to get home before like we're literally trapped here all day. And I think everyone else left like pretty shortly after I did, because when I was driving home, like my mom had snow mode on her car, but like I was swerving, I was drifting, I couldn't see a thing. Nobody had their damn headlights on for some reason. Like what the fuck is up with that? Like you would think if it's snowing, if it's dangerous, you would have your headlights on. I put my hazards on so people could fucking see me. It was, yeah. So that was actually my first time ever driving in the snow, and it was like, I live a good 15 minutes away from my work, so like, it was just not very enjoyable. And I'm so glad I didn't bring my Beetle, because I would have like definitely gotten stuck on the side of the road. Definitely, because my Beetle would not, no, Betty would not have survived, so, but anyway, the reason I really loved that day is because I read The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. I read that entire book that day. It's not that long of a book, but I think I love that. That's what I love about snow days, being home reading. Yeah. I don't know why it gave me so much motivation to read. January, I read so many books. Okay, that's another thing I gotta go over at the end of this episode, my Goodreads Wrapped, if they have that. I haven't even looked at that, but I guess we'll do a book Wrapped. And then in January, I got a promotion at work, and that was very exciting. So that's January. Pretty good month. Honestly, all the months have been pretty good. Like, okay, 2025. Okay, there's, the state of the world, but, Okay, February, I hiked Kennesaw Mountain by myself. That was a trek, if you will. Not, I don't know if I would do that again by myself, at least. It was just, like, really hard, and it wasn't, I think I took like the hardest trail. I didn't look at any signs and I just kind of started walking. So yeah, but it was fun. I listened to this audiobook that my old manager that doesn't work in my store anymore. What book was it? I don't remember what it was. Oh my god. It's like on the tip of my tongue. I'm gonna have to find it. Inner Excellence. I don't remember who it's by, but it's called Inner Excellence, I think. And I listened to that audiobook as I was hiking Kennesaw Mountain, and it was really good. Went to the Phineas concert with a friend. It was amazing. I really like Phineas, and he was one of my top artists for the year. Spoiler alert. Lost Records, Blue and Rage Tape 1 came out, and I became obsessed with it. It became my entire personality. And then, at the end of February, I finally woke the fuck up to the fact that my situationship from last October didn't want anything to do with me, and it was so great because like I had been holding on for so much hope, and then it was just, oh, I see what's going on. So yeah, that was nice. In March I got my first Walkman, which resulted in me getting like 5 more Walkmans and all the vintage stuff. I have so many cassette tapes. I need to get like something to hold my cassette tapes because I just have them stacked on my bookshelf, and there's so many of them, so it just doesn't look that good. I got 2 tattoos in March. I went to the Grace Anger concert and met her, which was really cool. She opened for Leve, and I really like her music since I saw her then. So 10 out of 10 experience. I hiked Stone Mountain with my mom and my sister, and I started doing open mic nights. April, I switched to a flip phone. LOL. That experience was interesting. It's, for me, I know a lot of people some people can do it, but for me, in my life, it's not practical. So that's kind of like the gist of what I have to say about that. My sister turned 24, and we went to this really fancy restaurant. It was very nice. Lost Records Tape 2 came out, and trust me, I had been playing nonstop from like February to April, and that became my whole personality again, and guys, what a great game. I got accepted into KSU, which I didn't wind up going, because, I'll get to that in the June part. Guys, I'm literally so upset. I'm sitting in my car on my break at work. My mic cut out for like, I think the rest of this episode, at least to where I've seen it editing so far. So I apologize because the audio is not, it's just my iPhone microphone, so I'm sorry. I apologize. Okay, Pedro's here. You have anything to say? Ew, he's making those like mouth noises. He nasty. Okay, where was I? May. Okay. Pedro's so cute. May, I got a Sony Handycam, which is so fun. I hit 2 years of doing this podcast, which is insane. I got a Wii, started playing some Wii Sports Resort, and went to Ruby Falls with my sister. That was really fun. And then, sorry, I'm like sitting on my feet, very uncomfortable. Now we gotta move this. Then I kind of realized that I hadn't been that didn't make sense. I hadn't been my true self for a while, or I was like trying to be someone that I wasn't, which, hey, don't do that. In June, I got invited to do an undiscovered artist showcase at a venue in Woodstock, and that was so much fun. A lot of people from my job came to support me, and my now boyfriend was there, and I was like, oh my god, he's coming. It was like, oh my god. I started dating my boyfriend in June 26th. That's crazy. That's wild. I got my first electric guitar. I bought a car in my own name. Got rid of the flip phone at the end of June. And I tried a Long Island iced tea for the first time. And if you know me, you know I love a Long Island iced tea. That is my go-to. Like, first of all, from Long Island, first of all. Second of all, it's really good. And I don't really like the taste of alcohol, so it works, you know? In July, Nick and I hiked Amicalola Falls, and that was really fun. We went to the High Museum of Art, and that was really cool as well. I wish they had more, like, I don't know, I feel like when I saw stuff about it online, there was more, like, weird stuff there, but it felt more, I don't know. Maybe I need to go again. Maybe they have different stuff at different times of year. Probably. I feel like that's how a museum works. Does it? I don't know. Anyway, I was in a book by my good friend Greg Shaddix. He has a book of all of his photography, and I was in one of the pictures, so that was really cool. Went to his little party. August, I got invited to fill in for a Taylor Swift cover band, which wound up being a permanent spot on that Taylor Swift cover band. And we have another performance in February, and I'm so excited about it. And that performance in August was so much fun, and oh my god, it was awesome. It was really awesome. And then at the end of August, we went to Nashville. Me, my mom's friend Jeff, Nick, Emily and Hamadi, which is my sister and her fiance. We all went to Nashville for my mom's birthday, which is August 31st. It was so fun. It was so much fun. I remember needing that vacation. Like, we left and I was like, wow, I needed this. So September did another undiscovered artist showcase, which was fun. My sister's bridal shower, which was a lot of decorating, planning. Bailey's birthday, which I always love seeing Bailey, but it was very hectic because my sister had her bridal shower on Bailey's birthday, and so directly after the shower I like had to change and go to Bailey's party, and I felt bad because I couldn't help clean up at the shower. I felt so bad. Just kidding. No, I actually did. I just genuinely had to leave. I had an extended set at this venue that I did the Undiscovered Artist Showcase at, and it was an acoustic set for 2 hours, and it was so much fun. And then I started going to the chiropractor bi-weekly. Guys, I need that. If you know me, I have major neck and back problems. Like, it hurts constantly. I don't know what's wrong with me. I feel like I'm dying, but I'm also a hypochondriac, so yeah, so the chiropractor has really been helping. October, Nick and I went to a pumpkin patch, which I love a pumpkin patch. He had his grand opening for his store. We both work in retail at the same company, and so he moved 3.5 hours away. Hey, like 3 days after we started dating. And then, yeah, so I went there for the grand opening, and while he was doing his little thing at work, I made his bed. And I usually get so frustrated with things with like instructions and like, hey, put this together this way, because it said on the manual, hey, this should take 30 minutes to put together. It took me probably 5 hours in total. I took little breaks, but like it literally took me so long, and I was getting so mad, but I did it. Like, I built a bed. Can we talk about Bob the Builder? The fuck? Where even was I? October. Halloween was so fun. We went to karaoke on Halloween, and I dressed as a Playboy bunny. And Nick and I are gonna have actual, like, a good couples costume next year. I guess we weren't prepared. I'll give him slack. He had a grand opening, but we need to be more prepared next year. We really do, because I love Halloween. I voted on Halloween. That was fun. And then had a little music photo shoot with my good friend Greg Shaddix. So if you're a musician in the Kennesaw Woodstock area, you want some good pictures, hit him up. I think his Instagram is Exposing Southern Shadows, and then his Facebook, I think, is just Greg Shaddix. So yeah. November, my birthday, I turned 22 years old on November 15th. I don't know why I said it like that. And it was a perfect day. Nick came over, we went on a nature walk, we played Life is Strange, and then we went to Chili's, got some wicked margaritas with my sister, her fiance, my brother, his girlfriend, my mom, and Jeff. And then we went to a pool bar and played pool, and I love playing pool. It's just a perfect day, it really was. And then, I don't know why this is a highlight. This person is fine, by the way. They didn't get hit that hard, but a customer at my job threw a shoebox at somebody's head at work, and it was just, watching the video back was just the highlight of my day, honestly. And me and my manager Jenny got a really good laugh out of it, and now I call that guy Shoebox, but he's always calling out, so I don't think Shoebox is gonna be with the company for much longer. But anyway, Thanksgiving was so fun. Also, Thanksgiving feels like it was yesterday. It's almost mid-December, which is crazy. Ugh, guys, time, what the fuck. Okay, and now we're in December. Nick and I went to see Five Nights at Freddy's 2 the day it came out, and I felt so bad putting him in a theater full of these nerds, but hey, I was one of those nerds. I am one of those nerds. The FNAF lore goes fucking crazy. It goes crazy, and I can't even explain it, honestly. And then my sister's getting married on Sunday. It is Wednesday right now. I have to close at work tonight, and then I'm off. I'm off. Get that. Off in December in retail? That's crazy. My store director was like, why did you ask off for 5 days of PTO in December? Planning a wedding's hard. I can't even describe how much stress my sister is under right now. Like, I can't even imagine. Like, I'm I'm of course the maid of honor. I'm trying to help as much as I can, but like most of the stuff is on her. And planning a wedding, there's so much that goes into it. The wedding's gonna be so much fun. Like, if anything, it's gonna be a great ass party, just saying. But yeah, my sister's getting married, so the next few days is just like bringing stuff to the venue, prepping, decorating, just all the things. And we have family coming into town, family that I haven't seen in over 5 years. It's just like super weird. A lot of people from my dad's side, and it's just strange. I don't know. Okay, that is the first question. That took so long, but that is question number 1. Second question, I gotta keep an eye on the clock because I gotta go to work in less than an hour. Okay, second question is, what were some of the hardest parts of this year? So with my new car, I still own the Beetle. Me and my mom co-signed on the Beetle, so the Elantra is in my name, and my monthly payments for that are lower than my monthly payments for the Beetle. And Ellie has not given me a damn problem since the day I got her. She has some low air tire pressure right now, but we're not going to worry about that because it's cold and that's probably why. But Betty's still sitting out in my driveway. It's just, I don't know if I can talk about the logistics of what's going on with that, but I hate it. I hate money. I love money. I love money when you can have it, but like we're floating on a rock in the middle of space, you know? Like I feel like if when I die I owe like $20,000 on a Beetle that no longer works, like it's okay, right? I don't fucking know. I don't know how debt works, honestly. It's really confusing. We're taking it a day at a time. Job stress has been another thing. I take work way too seriously, and there's a point in time, especially when I first like got the promotion in January, I took the work home with me because that's like when I got my own email and started like getting, you know, stuff from work on my phone, and it like became a daily thing even when I was off the clock. Like I was constantly getting stuff from work, and I think for a long time I did take the job home with me, which I don't do anymore, not as bad at least. And I just feel like people don't take me seriously. Like people respect me because they know that I take the job seriously, but I don't know, a lot of people just don't care enough to, you know, realize that hey, let's like do our jobs, you know? It's retail. You're gonna have to deal with, you know, people that don't want to do their jobs, but it's okay. Those were like, honestly, this year, like as you can see from me doing all the highlights of this year, it has been a really good year. So those are like, obviously there's probably been other hard parts of my year, but those are the main things that I can think of that like really stand out to me. So what did you learn about yourself this year? Guys, this year has been like the year for self-discovery for me. I realized I'm not a lesbian. That's crazy. I like peanut butter banana smoothies. I'm able to drink alcohol without being an alcoholic. Now this one, I was, for the longest time, and it's not that I was scared of alcohol, because don't get me wrong, I did my fair share of drinking when I was in high school, but I was scared to like regularly drink because I would think that I would like turn into my dad. And I'm able to drink alcohol in moderation, but I think I truly don't have a problem with alcohol, which is a good thing. And I think that that's something I do have to be mindful of because I do have a very addictive personality. But as of right now, I think it's a good social crutch. Not even, it's just something to have fun. Cleaning helps me with my stress. This is weird, but it really does. Like I love to clean, and like cleaning my entire house. Like my boyfriend's coming over this weekend for my sister's wedding, and I'm excited to clean the house. Like I am so excited. These last two go hand in hand. I'm lovable and I'm not broken. Being loved by Nick has been very mind altering, and realizing that I'm able to be loved. Like I'm not unlovable. I have the ability to love and to be loved, and it's a great feeling. What are you going to stop doing in the coming year? So I went back and listened to last year's episode to get these answers, which I had to do that in 2x speed. I hate listening to myself. So from 2024, these are the things that I said I was going to stop doing. Stop buying useless crap. Stop jumping to conclusions. Stop running back to people who want nothing to do with me. Stop limiting myself. Stop canceling plans, and stop eating so much chocolate. I think when I recorded last year's episode, I was like really in a chocolate phase, and I really loved eating chocolate, but I don't do that anymore really. Like, yeah, I'll have a Reese's every once in a while, but I think I've gotten better about not doing that because it makes me break out. For the most part, I think I have stopped doing these things. I have definitely stopped buying useless crap. I used to buy stuff on Temu probably like every week. It was really bad. Stop jumping to conclusions. I mean, I still do that because it's just me. But like, I don't think I take it as seriously anymore because I know that I can make up stuff in my mind that is totally irrational. I've definitely stopped running back to people who want nothing to do with me. I've stopped limiting myself. I've done like new stuff this year that I really didn't picture myself doing in the past. Stop canceling plans. I've been really, honestly, a lot better about that. Like, I've been a lot better about that. And yeah, so I think I've done a pretty good job about stopping those things. Okay. For this year, I want to stop doubting myself, and I want to stop stressing over things that are not in my control. Those are kind of hard things, but it's just kind of the main components that I need to stop. Okay, what are you going to start doing in the coming year? This is from last year. I said create community everywhere I go, start reading more classic literature, start saying I'll go first, start going for runs 1 time a week, start saving money, start open mic nights, and start listening to a music album in depth each week. The album thing I thought was such a cool concept at the beginning of the year, and then I genuinely just forgot. I forgot to do it. I think I did it for the first like 2 months every week album, and it just didn't happen. It's a cool concept, but I just forget. I have terrible memory. I did start open mic nights. That's crazy because I remember last year I literally was like, these are things that I'm genuinely going to start doing, and so yes, I did start open mic nights. Start saving money. I tried and then I got broken, so I took it all out of my savings. But guys, we're gonna start again. I tried going for a run once. No thank you, it's not my thing. Start saying I'll go first. I've been doing that a lot this year. I feel like just I'm done waiting for people to make the decisions and like, you know, just get on top of that, you know? Start reading more classic literature. I have started doing that. It started with The Bell Jar in January, and then I read Jane Austen, read some Ray Bradbury, Mark Twain. Yeah, those are just that's all my brain can muster right now. So this upcoming year, I want to start like seriously saving, like lock-in type saving, like flow state type saving money. Like I need to. And then I need to start romanticizing school again. I feel like I've just started to slowly hate school. And like, I'm gonna graduate, guys. Like, that's a non-negotiable in my life. I don't know when it's gonna happen because I'm technically a junior. I'm taking a math class next semester. Scary. What are you going to continue doing in the next year? I feel like most of my habits that I have right now are pretty good. Like that I journal, I go on walks pretty frequently, I color. I've been learning geography lately. Nick really loves geography, and I got this app called Cetera, and I've been really good about that. I've gotten better about doing my French every day on Duolingo. I love when there's like a streak widget, like that's like what keeps me motivated for that. So I just think that I need to continue doing what I'm doing, honestly, besides the things that I need to stop doing, you know? Right. What can you do today to take the first step now that you have a sense of direction? I think I can just do things to set myself up for success. I don't want to pick up any more bad habits. Yeah. So, okay, guys, those were the audit questions. Now here are my little added things. So these are my favorite albums of 2025. I'm also gonna go over my Spotify Wrapped, but this is just a list of my favorite albums from this year. For Crying Out Loud by Phineas, Matter of Time by Leve, Who's the Clown by Audrey Hobart, Man's Best Friend by Sabrina Carpenter. I don't know why the fuck I was about to call her SZA. Charm by Clairo, and Heaven or Las Vegas by Cocteau Twins. Those are my literal favorite albums of the year. So now... Okay, so sorry. I had to pull up all my stats, if you will. So let's do PlayStation wrap-up first, right? So these are my top 5 games. Lost Records Bloom and Rage, right? I played it for 123 hours. Life is Strange, 39 hours. And then number 3 is Life is Strange Double Exposure. Guys, it's so bad, but I can't stop. Played that for 25 hours. Call of Duty Black Ops 7, I played for 15 hours. That's number 4. And then Life is Strange Remaster is number 5 at 13 hours. We're not surprised about Lost Records. We're not. I played a total of 272 hours on PlayStation this year, and I earned 131 trophies. That's kind of crazy. Okay, so that's PlayStation. Let's do What next? Spotify? Yeah. Okay, so my Spotify Wrapped. My number 1 song was Cherry Colored Funk by the Cocteau Twins. Number 2, Lazuli by Beach House. Number 3, See You in Hell by the Nora Kelly Band. Number 4, Myth by Beach House. And number 5, Sometimes a Fantasy by Billy Joel. By the way, those top 4 songs are all songs from Lost Records' Bloomin' Rage. Like, I probably wouldn't listen to those songs if, like, they're good. Like, they're really good. Don't get me wrong, they're my top songs. But I wouldn't have, like, found that music if I didn't play Lost Records. My top albums, my number 1 album was Hamilton, and I don't know how, because I don't remember a time in this year where I was like really locked into Hamilton. Maybe there was, I just like don't remember it. Number 2, Glass Houses by Billy Joel. Number 3, Who's the Clown by Audrey Hobart. Number 4, For Crying Out Loud by Phineas. And number 5, Life of a Showgirl by Taylor Swift, which is weird because Life of a Showgirl came out in literally October. How did I listen to it enough times for it to be in my top 5? Because they stopped taking the stats for Spotify Wrapped in like midway through November. So it's like, did I really listen to it? It's kind of weird. Who did that, guys? My Spotify listening age was 61. It says I was into music from the early 80s. Accurate? Okay. I spent a total of 57,964 minutes listening on Spotify. That is 40 days. I spent 40 days in total listening to music. My number 1 podcast was Smosh Reads Reddit Stories. I listened to 4,788 minutes, and I'm in their top 7% of listeners worldwide. Wow. My other top podcasts were Two Hot Takes, We're All Insane, Smosh Mouth, and the Mel Robbins podcast. If you can't tell, I guess I love Smosh. So, yeah, my top artists: Taylor Swift, number 1, which I think this is the 3rd year that Taylor Swift has been my number 1. 2, Billy Joel. 3, Phineas. 4, Audrey Hobart. And 5, Lizzie McAlpine. Lizzie McAlpine, she's fallen. Because Lizzie McAlpine, I think, was my number 2 the past 2 years. Now she's number 5. Guys, we gotta get back on that. Ooh. Lock in. Lock in, you guys. Lock in. We're gonna find my Goodreads. Okay, so this year, I didn't read as much as I wanted to. I read 25 books. I don't think I counted all the audiobooks that I listened to in January, because I listened to a lot of audiobooks in January, but 25 books. And I feel like I can do better, you know? My favorite books of this year, just looking through to make sure, like, I read this one this year. Probably, okay, top 1 was probably The House of My Mother, A Daughter's Quest for Freedom by Sherry Frankie, which is Ruby Frankie's daughter. Ruby Frankie was that mom from the 8 Passengers YouTube channel that, like, abused her children. It's, like, a really fucked up story. It's not even a story. It's their real life. It's really fucked up. But her daughter wrote a book, and it was really, really good. Just, like, as someone that, you know, grew up watching those YouTube videos, and it's like, oh, these people have such a perfect family, and, like, actually knowing what's going on, it's just, you know, kind of crazy, and just really, really good. Number 2 is probably Heroin by Mindy McGinnis. That one was really good. It's about addiction, and it's like, oh my god, don't fucking do heroin. Oh god, it just like irks me. Heroin freaks me out. Number 3, What We Owe to Each Other by T.M. Scanlon. I have read this book twice, and it is really good. It was my first book I read about moral philosophy, and I just, it's hard to read, honestly. Like, that's why I had to read it twice. Number 4, Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. That one is really good. Like, I really like that book a lot. Honestly, I'm probably gonna reread that. And then number 5, Carrie by Stephen King. Those books were great. So, yeah. Oh my gosh, guys. 2025 is almost over. That is insane. We're about to be in 2026. Are you kidding me? So, these songs of the week. We're still having songs of the week, even though I just told you all, like, my favorite songs from the year. Pushing It Down and Praying Live by Lizzie McAlpine. She released the live version of that song, and I need you to stop everything you're doing right now and listen to it. It is so good. Silver Springs by Fleetwood Mac. An Ego Thing by Lizzie McAlpine. Actor by Conan Gray. When You're Gone by the Cranberries. The Glee version of For Good. I Think We're Alone Now by Tiffany. You Don't Mess Around with Jim by Jim Croce. Inventing by Matilda Mann. Fernando by ABBA. Vodka Cranberry by Conan Gray. Slip Fast by Role Model. and Privatized by Paul and John Oates. So, guys, Stranger Things, by the way, spoiler warning in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Will having powers? Y'all, what is going on, you guys? Someone's about to die. Someone is about to die, and I know it's not going to be Will. Here's my prediction. I think that Dustin's going to die. I don't want Dustin to die, but I think Dustin is going to be the one to go. Either Dustin or Max, or both. Guys, oh my god. Oh, I'm nervous. I love that show. Like, I started watching that show when it came out, and it's weird because, like, all the kids, they're not kids now, we're all adults, but, like, all those people are my age, and, like, I remember it coming out, and that was almost 10 years ago. That is crazy. It's been, like, almost half of my life watching Stranger Things. Not exactly half, but almost. Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna go to work now because I really gotta go get ready. So, yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. I love you so much, and remember that you're loved, you're valued, and you're appreciated in this world. Bye.